Imagine standing right there on the edge of the Isle of Man T-course as the most fearless riders on Earth blast past at over 200 miles per hour. A regular fan spots Keanu Reeves in the crowd, pulls out his phone and catches something completely real. Not a celebrity pose, not a forced smile, but Keanu's genuine wide-eyed reaction, that pure look of shock, respect, and awe as the bike screamed by. His face says everything words cannot. In a world packed with fake moments and filtered content, this raw clip feels like a breath of fresh air. People instantly called it absolute class.
Hollywood star.
Today we are breaking down exactly what happened in that fan-captured moment, why it spread so fast, and what it reveals about the man we all admire. Stick with me because the full story gets even better. Imagine standing right there on the edge of the Isle of Man TT course as the most fearless riders on Earth blast past at over 200 miles per hour, and continuing from that special fan-captured moment we were talking about where Keanu Reeves showed his genuine reaction. It just keeps getting more interesting the more you look into it, because this was not some planned appearance. It felt like a real visit from someone who truly respects the sport and the whole motorcycle world. Andy Birchall, the fan who shot that now famous clip, was at his usual spot at a goes. Leap, a popular viewing point where he has watched races for years, when suddenly Keanu Reeves walks up with a small group, and instead of making a big scene, Birchall and his partner chatted briefly, took a quick photo, and then Birchall politely asked if he could film the reaction to the bikes, and Keanu was cool with it, which says a lot about how approachable he stays even at big events. The clip catches Keanu leaning forward, eyes wide, as the thunder of the engines hits and the riders whip past at speeds that feel impossible on public roads. You can see that mix of surprise and deep respect on his face, because the Isle of Man TT is no ordinary race. It is held on closed public roads over 37 miles of twists, turns, and jumps where riders push limits most people only dream about. And Keanu, who has spent years building his own arch motorcycle company with partners like Gard Hollinger, knows exactly how much skill and courage that takes his company focuses on real handcrafted bikes with serious engineering. So being there in person at the TT was like seeing the absolute peak of road racing passion come alive right in front of him. After the video went out, Birchall told reporters that he knows Keanu is an actor, but this reaction was absolute class, and it felt completely genuine, because afterwards Keanu kept talking about the speed and the spectacle for a while, which makes the whole thing even more believable. Fans online immediately connected with it, sharing clips and comments about how refreshing it is to see a big star still amazed by something real instead of acting cool or detached. One person called him a diamond of a bloke, and that phrase spread fast because it captures how Keanu carries himself. He shows up, treats people with respect, and lets himself feel the moment without filters or performance. This visit ties perfectly into his long love for motorcycles, which goes way back before he even started Arch. He has spoken in interviews about how riding gives him freedom and focus away from the Hollywood noise, and you can tell that passion is authentic when you see him at events like this. He was not there for cameras or promotion. He was there soaking in the atmosphere, the sound, the speed, and the community around. So when Alexandra appeared in his life publicly, the toughest races in the world, people who were at the paddock that day shared other glimpses of him walking around, checking out bikes and chatting with enthusiasts, and it all adds up to the same picture: a guy who values real experiences over the celebrity bubble. The T has a rich, history full of legendary riders' triumphs and, yes, tough moments too. Because this race demands everything from competitors and spectators alike feel that intensity up close, and Keanu's wide-eyed look in the fan video shows he gets it completely. It is not just wow fast bikes it. His appreciation for the engineering, the bravery, and the pure thrill that brings thousands of people to the Isle of Man every year is present. They're also got people talking about how motorcycle culture crosses all lines from everyday riders to Hollywood stars, because when you love bikes, you love them no matter where you come from, and Keanu has always seemed to live that way, whether he is working on custom designs at Arch or just out riding for the joy of it. This moment at a goes leap became an instant favorite because it humanizes him in such a simple way. Even someone who has done massive films like the John Wick series still reacts with honest awe when those TT machines fly by at full speed. The fan who filmed it deserves credit for keeping things respectful. He did not crowd Keanu or turn it into a selfie frenzy. He captured the natural reaction and shared it in a way that lets everyone enjoy the positivity, and that is why it spread so quickly across platforms without any drama. Attached virtual mention they missed some other parts of the race, but
years later, however,
catching this made the day unforgettable, and now millions of people get
no dramatic scandals
to relive that energy through the clip. It reminds us all why fan moments like this matter. They bridge the gap between stars and regular people, showing that Keanu is still one of us at heart, someone who can stand in a crowd and get lost in the excitement of great riding as more.
For years about him giving up subway seats,
details came out from that day. You see how low-key the whole visit was. Keanu was with his Arch team partners enjoying the event like any dedicated fan would. No big security blocking everyone off, just a small group taking it all in, and that approachability is part of what fans love most about him. Over the years, there have been countless stories of him giving up his subway seat to others or quietly helping crew members on set, and this T reaction fits right into that pattern of quiet class. He did not need to say much. His face said it all: the shock, the respect, the appreciation for the riders pushing those limits, and in a world where so much content feels staged or paid for, this one felt like a genuine slice of life, that people were hungry for. Fans of both Keanu and the T races found common ground in the comments, talking about how the video makes them want to experience the event themselves, or how it highlights the beauty of motorcycle passion at its highest level. His connection to bikes is not new. You can trace it through his film roles, where motorcycles often play a part, but also through his real life choices, like co-founding Arch Motorcycle, which builds bespoke machines that riders actually use and love. The company has been growing with a focus on performance and craftsmanship, and there has even been talk of their team aiming toward future TT ambitions, which makes his visit to the island feel even more meaningful. It is like he is immersing himself in the culture. He cares about seeing the pros in action, learning and showing respect for the sport that inspires so many. This fan-captured clip also sparked bigger conversations about authenticity in the public eye. Why do certain moments resonate so strongly? And with Keanu, it always seems to come back to consistency. He has built trust over decades by staying true to himself through ups and downs in his career and personal life, and moments like this at the TT reinforce that trust. You watch the video a few times and you notice little things: the way he turns his head, following the sound, the slight lean as another rider approaches, the overall calm focus, even amid the chaos of roaring engines. It is not exaggerated excitement, it is measured, genuine appreciation, and that is what Birchall picked up on when he called it absolute class. Class is not about being loud or flashy. It is about how you handle yourself when the cameras are
for decades.
not forced on you. And here Keanu handled it like he always does, with quiet respect for the experience and the people around him. The timing of the clip could not have been better either, coming at a point when the T was already buzzing with energy and global attention. It gave fans something wholesome and uplifting to share and celebrate. No negativity, just pure admiration for a star who still gets starstruck by real world skill. And speed, as discussions grew online, more people shared their own encounters with Keanu over the years, everything from casual meetings on the street to set stories where he remembered names and treated everyone equally. And this recent TT moment added another positive chapter to that ongoing story. It shows he keeps making time for the things he loves, even with a busy schedule, and the dedication inspires a lot of us who follow his work and his life outside films for motorcycle enthusiasts. In particular, seeing him there validates the passion they feel every day. Riding is more than a hobby for many. It is a lifestyle full of freedom, risk, and community, and Keanu embodies that spirit without trying too hard. He just lives it in his own way, whether building bikes or watching the tit unfold. The video from a Go's Leap also serves as a perfect reminder of why events like the Isle of Man Teat matter. They bring people together from all walks of life to witness something extraordinary, and when a figure like Keanu Reeves joins the crowd, it elevates the whole atmosphere. Without taking away from the main event, the riders remain the heroes, but his reaction adds a layer of relatable human emotion that connects with viewers worldwide. You can almost feel the rumble through the screen when you watch it, the way the bikes appear as tiny specks, then explode past with incredible force and sound, and Keanu's expression mirrors what anyone would feel the first time experiencing that intensity up close. Even experienced fans say it never gets old, and for someone with his background in action films where speed and stunts are common, this still hit different because the TD is real. No safety nets, no movie magic, just pure
heavily curated for engagement
skill on challenging roads that makes his respect for the riders even more meaningful. He understands the preparation, the risks, and the rewards because he has that connection through his own riding and business, and being there in person lets him honor that world directly after the clip spread. Virtual and others shared how the day continued with more great racing and positive vibes all around, and Keanu seemed to enjoy every part of it, blending in as much as a familiar face can, which is another testament to his grounded nature in an industry that often pulls people away from normal experiences. He finds ways to stay connected, and moments like this prove it works. Fans who have been following him for years felt proud seeing this side of him highlighted. Again, it is not about perfection or being untouchable. It is about being real, present, and appreciative, and that is the kind of example that sticks with people. Long after the viral moment fades, the full story behind the visit includes other nice details like him spending time in the paddock area, checking out machines and interacting with the motorcycle community there, which shows his interest goes beyond just watching the races. He wants to understand the engineering, the stories, and the dedication that makes the TT so special. And for those of us who are fans, it feels good knowing he values the same things we do: the thrill of a well-built bike, the courage of riders testing their limits, and the shared joy when everything comes together on a sunny day at the island. This one fan video has become a symbol of positive celebrity culture done right, respectful interaction, genuine emotion, and a moment that brings smiles instead of eye rolls. In a time when so much online content feels manufactured, this stands out as something honest And that honesty is why it resonated across different groups, movie fans, bike fans, and casual viewers alike all found something to like in Keanu's natural reaction. It bridges worlds and reminds everyone that underneath the fame there is a person who still gets excited by incredible feats of speed and skill as we keep exploring what makes this clip so special. It becomes clear that it is not just about one video. It is about the bigger picture of Keanu's life and choices, the way he has navigated fame while holding on to personal passions like motorcycles, the friendships he builds in the industry, and the consistent kindness that shows up in small ways over and over. This TT moment is another piece of that puzzle, fitting perfectly and adding depth to the story we already love. As more people discover the video, they often go back and watch it again, noticing new details each time, like how the crowd reacts around him or the way the sunlight hits the scene, creating that perfect atmosphere of a summer race day, and Keanu right in the middle of it all, looking completely absorbed and happy to be there. It is the kind of scene that makes you want to plan your own trip to experience the TT someday, feeling that same rush and respect that. He showed so openly. The fan who captured it all, Andy Birchall, ended up with a memory that will last forever, and a clip that introduced even more people to the magic of the Isle of Man races, which is a wonderful side effect of sharing something positive online instead of chasing drama. He kept things light and real, and the response from viewers proved that. Approach works wonders for everyone involved. Looking closer at Keanu's history with bikes, you find interviews where he talks passionately about the sense of freedom and focus riding brings him. It is his escape and his joy, and seeing him at the pinnacle of road racing like the T feels like a natural extension of that journey. He appreciates the history, the community, and the incredible talent on display, and his reaction in the video lets all of us share in that appreciation a little bit. It humanizes the legend and strengthens the bond fans feel with him, because we see ourselves in that wide-eyed wonder. We have all had moments where something impressive leaves us speechless, and here is Keanu having one of those moments too. It creates connection on a deeper level beyond just entertainment. This experience at the TT also highlights how he balances his public and private sides. He could easily stay in exclusive areas, but choosing to be among regular fans at a viewing spot like it goes Leap shows. His preference for authentic experiences over VIP isolation, and that choice makes the fan capture even more special because it happens organically without staging or pressure. The result is a clip that feels timeless, already inspiring comments and shares from people who may not even follow racing but love seeing genuine human reactions, and Keanu
in an era where relationships
delivers that perfectly with his honest expression and calm presence. And
ironically,
the story of this visit continues to unfold through different accounts and videos from the event, it only reinforces the positive impression left by that first fan clip, whether it is photos from the paddock or mentions
secret manipulation
of his time with the Arch team. Everything points to a guy enjoying his time immersed in something he cares about deeply, and for fans like us, that is incredibly satisfying to see, because it confirms what we have always believed about him. He is the real deal, someone who lives with passion, respect, and humility even after all the success, and that is why moments like this keep us connected and inspired moving forward. The details from that day at the Isle of Man TT paint an even fuller picture of why. Keanu Reeves continues to stand out in the best possible way. His reaction was not just about the speed, it was about honoring the entire spirit of the race, the riders, the history, and the community that makes it all happen. And by being there openly and reacting naturally, he gave us all a gift in the form of that memorable fan video, something we can watch again and again, feeling the same thrill and appreciation that he did right there on the edge of the course. And that brings us even deeper into what made this fan-captured moment at the Isle of Man-T so powerful, because as the clip continued to circulate, people started connecting it to Keanu Reeves' bigger journey with motorcycles and how this visit was not just a casual stop, but part of his ongoing passion that has grown over many years through his work with Arch Motorcycle Company, which he co-founded with Gard Hollinger, focusing on building high-quality custom bikes that blend performance with real-world riding enjoyment. The team has been making serious moves lately, announcing their entry into racing series with plans that could even lead toward competing at the Teat in the future, which makes his presence there this year feel like a natural step in learning and honoring the event up close. Andy Burchell, who filmed the now famous reaction at a Go's Leap, has been going to the T for years, and on that particular day, he and his partner were settled in watching the start of the race when Keanu Reeves appeared with a small group. Burchall shared how they chatted for a bit, took a quick photo, and then he politely asked if he could capture Keanu. Watching the bikes pass by, and Keanu was perfectly fine with it, showing again that approachable side fans have come to expect. The video itself is short but packed with that honest emotion. You see Keanu standing there, focused as the sound builds, and then the riders blast through his eyes, widen his head, turns to follow the action, and his whole expression lights up with that mix of surprise and admiration, because the Teat is unlike anything else in racing, with its 37 plus miles of public roads full of fast straights, tricky corners, and elevation changes that test every skill a rider has. And Keanu, who understands bikes from both the engineering side and the pure thrill of riding, clearly felt the intensity of it all in real time. After the video exploded online, Burchell told the press that he knows Keanu is an actor, but this was absolute class, and the way he reacted felt 100% real, which is why it resonated with so many viewers around the world. Fans started sharing their own thoughts and comments, saying things like "diamond of a bloke" and how refreshing it was to see a Hollywood star genuinely impressed by the raw power and courage on display rather than staying distant or scripted. This moment also tied beautifully into the broader story of the T races, which have a deep history of pushing boundaries and bringing together a global community of riders, enthusiasts, and spectators. Every year, the event draws huge crowds who appreciate the danger, the speed, and the incredible talent required to compete safely on those challenging roads. And seeing Keanu there among them added an extra layer of excitement without taking anything away from the main focus on the racers themselves. His visit came at a time when the time was already generating buzz with talks of upcoming films and documentaries about the race, including projects could bring even more attention to the island and its legendary status. Keanu himself has been open in various conversations over the years about how motorcycles have been a constant source of joy and escape for him, providing that sense of freedom and presence that is hard to find in the busy world of filmmaking. And through Arch Motorcycle, he has poured real effort into creating machines that riders can actually enjoy on the road, with attention to detail, craftsmanship, and performance that comes from genuine love love for the culture so showing up that the TT felt like a full circle kind of experience where he could witness the pinnacle of road racing firsthand and his visible reaction in the fan video captured. Exactly that appreciation. The clip shows him not as a distant celebrity, but as someone fully immersed, leaning in slightly as each bike screams. Past the sound alone is enough to shake you, and combined with the visual speed, it creates this overwhelming rush that Keanu let show on his face, without holding back, and that authenticity is what made Burchell describe. It is class because it was unfiltered and human in every way. As the days passed after the video went viral, more people who were at the event shared their sightings of Keanu walking around the paddock, checking out the bikes, chatting with folks, and just enjoying the atmosphere in a low-key way. No big production, no swarm of cameras, just a guy there for the love of it. And those accounts only strengthened the positive feelings around the fan capture because they painted a consistent picture of someone who values real connections and real experiences over the glamour that often surrounds stars of his level. Fans of Keanu, especially those who have followed his career through action-packed roles like John Wick, where motorcycles and stunts play a part, found this TD moment extra meaningful. It showed the man behind the characters still carrying that same intensity and respect for skill and bravery that his films celebrate, but here it was in real life on a public roadside with everyday people standing nearby. The way the clip spread so quickly across social media platforms proved how much audiences crave these kinds of genuine interactions in a time when so much feels polished or promotional. This one stood out as something honest and uplifting. People were not just watching a celebrity, they were seeing a shared moment of awe at something bigger than any one person. The TT has that effect on everyone who attends, whether it is your first time or your 10th. The combination of history, danger, and pure speed creates memories that last, and Keanu being captured in that state of wonder gave millions a window into what it feels like to be there. Andy Burchell himself became part of the story in a nice way with his respectful approach to filming and sharing. He did not push for more than the natural reaction, and by posting the video, he gave fans everywhere a gift that kept the positive energy flowing. Conversations online moved from just the clip itself to broader talks about motorcycle passion, how it connects people from different backgrounds, and why figures like Keanu, who back their interest with real action through building bikes and supporting the community, earn such lasting respect. His arch racing team developments added even more context because their ambitions toward events like the TT show a serious commitment to growing within the sport, not just observing it from afar. And being at the races this year likely gave Keanu valuable insights and inspiration for that journey ahead. Viewers who rewatched the fan video often pointed out small details that made it even better, like the way the sunlight hit the scene, the roar of the crowd mixing with the engines, or how Keanu seemed completely at ease despite the attention his presence naturally drew. It all contributed to that sense of class that Burchell highlighted, and as more media outlets picked up the story, including coverage that described the shock and spectacle on Keanu's face, the clip gained even wider reach, reminding everyone why the Isle of Man Tit holds such a special place in motorsport. It is dangerous, yes, but it is also beautiful in its raw challenge, and the community that surrounds it with deep respect for the riders who train hard and take on risks for the passion of racing. Keanu reaction mirrored what so many feel when they stand at spots like a go's leap for the first time. That sudden realization of just how fast and committed these competitors are and his willingness to show it openly made the moment relatable on a human level beyond fame or movies. This event also highlighted the positive side of fan culture when done right instead of intrusive behavior. We saw respectful observation, a quick photo, a polite request to film, and then sharing the joy with the world without turning it into a spectacle that could have disrupted Keanu enjoyment or the race atmosphere. And that balance is something worth celebrating because it lets stars like him continue experiencing things authentically while giving fans these treasured glimpses looking back at Keanu history with. Bikes, you find stories from long before Arch Motorcycle existed where riding was his way to clear his mind and stay grounded amid the demands of Hollywood, and that foundation has only grown stronger with time, leading to a company that stands for quality and innovation in the motorcycle space. Seeing him at the TT therefore felt like a celebration of that entire path from personal rider to builder, and now someone witnessing the extremes of the sport up close. Fans who love both his films and
neither person appeared
motorcycles especially appreciated how this moment bridged those worlds without any forced connection. It was organic and real, just like the reaction itself. As the discussion continued, people drew parallels to other times Keanu has shown up in public with quiet grace, whether helping strangers or engaging genuinely with fans, and this TT video became another chapter in that story, reinforcing why he remains one of the most admired figures in entertainment. His ability to stay present and appreciative, even in high-energy settings like a motorcycle race, speaks volumes about his character, and the fan who captured it all deserves recognition for
unrealistic fantasy,
preserving that moment in such a clean and positive way without seeking personal spotlight beyond sharing the excitement the video has already.
Instead of hiding signs of aging, she embraced
more interest in the tit, with some viewers saying it made them want to plan a trip to the island to feel that energy themselves, and that kind of impact shows the power of authentic storytelling through simple phone footage rather than big productions. As we reflect on the full context around this visit, it becomes clear that Keanu Reeves' connection to the motorcycle world runs deep and sincere, from the engineering talks at Arch to the hands-on riding, and now this immersive experience at one of the toughest races globally. His wide-eyed awe in the clip was not acting. It was a real response to real skill and real speed that anyone who loves bikes can understand and relate to. The timing with Arch racing team progress only made it sweeter, as it positioned him not just as a spectator, but as someone actively involved in pushing the boundaries. In his own way through the sport, this fan-captured moment will likely stay memorable for years because it captured something timeless: the thrill of speed, the respect for courage, and the simple joy of sharing an unforgettable experience with the crowd at a go's leap. And for all of us who admire Keanu, it added yet another reason to appreciate the man behind the legend, who continues to show up as himself with class and genuine enthusiasm no matter where life takes him. The story around this TD visit keeps unfolding, with more accounts from attendees and ongoing buzz about what it means for the future of the race and motorcycle culture at large. But at its heart, it remains that one perfect clip of Keanu reacting honestly to the bikes flying by, a reminder that even after all his success, he still finds wonder in the things he loves and lets that wonder show, which is exactly why fans everywhere keep celebrating moments like this one. If you loved hearing the full story behind this incredible fan-captured moment of Keanu Reeves at the Isle of Man, then hit that like button and share the video with your fellow fellow fans who appreciate real, authentic moments like this one, drop a comment below telling us what you think about his genuine reaction, or if you have ever experienced the T-thrill yourself and want more deep dives into Keanu's passion for motorcycles and his grounded way of showing up in the world, then subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story we cover, because moments like this remind us why we connect with him so strongly as fans. Supporting positive fan culture and real passion makes a difference and keeps these genuine stories alive. Thanks for watching and riding along with us. Stay classy out there.
Because